guys? Mr. Free Coiner back again, coming to you with some very engaging news today. Okay, now I wanted to start off with this little article here, kind of giving an explanation about XRP and just to kind of refresh our memories on what it actually is and the difference between it and RippleNet. XRP is an openly traded cryptocurrency that exists in the XRP ledger, an open source blockchain. RippleNet is a network of institutional payment providers, banks, MSBs, etc., that use solutions developed by Ripple, a payments tech company that develops software-based solutions incorporating the capabilities of XRP and other open source blockchain tech. RippleNet members can use Ripple software to leverage XRP to improve liquidity, which is critical to global payments. Now, remember that liquidity portion is extremely important as it relates to XRP. RippleNet is the network of institutional payment providers, and it basically runs on Ripple's software. XRP is what provides that liquidity to these institutions to, just basically to make things a lot faster, a lot easier. And it also says, all that said, I think it's important to repeat, XRP is openly traded. XRP is open source. Anyone can use XRP directly. Anyone, not just Ripple, can develop software to help leverage its benefits. So, that being said, let's go ahead and move on. Ripple price analysis: XRP USD upsides could be capped near 29 cents. All right, so this article basically just goes into what we've seen over the last few days, and they're saying that it's likely, at least right now, that XRP is being capped at, it has resistance at 29 cents. Now, we know this is the case, and primarily because of the very thing that I always talk about, and that's the market manipulation that's going on. But, we know this. We know that it's dipped down pretty low. Some of us were able to buy at the lower prices, but, I mean, let's face it, even right now with XRP being at 27 cents, it's pretty dang low right now. So, anyway, this is pretty good. I mean, informative article, kind of, like I said, just going over what we've seen. I'm not going to read into it. If you want to check it out, it is on the Daily Hodl. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's on News BTC. My bad. All right. Next article: crypto custody service for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin wins regulatory approval in the U.S. This is one of the pieces that needs to be in place for us to get this bull run started. This is what's going to allow these different institutions to actually get into the market. Reason being is that they cannot enter into the market with crypto being the way it is. There has to be a secure way for these institutions to, hold these funds and not have to be concerned about basically people losing their money. Okay, the way that the millions and how dare I say billions of dollars that have been lost over these last few years in crypto, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable as far as these institutions go. So this, we're going to see, and I really hope we see more of this. This is the regulation is really what's going to allow cryptocurrencies to see the light of day, essentially, and give us, and provide this bull run that we're all looking for. BitGo, it is stepping out there, and I'm glad to see it. I think, like I said, I think a lot of companies or a lot of projects are actually going to follow in their footsteps. Let's see. I'm going to read some of the statements here The trust company will enable us to offer a qualified custodial offering that is regulated, that has the money laundering and know your customer requirements. Our custodian offering already has money laundering and KYC requirements, but the trust is for institutional clients, especially for those who are registered advisors and broker dealers. I mean, as I said, this is extremely, extremely important. This has to happen so these companies don't, or rather, so these companies can start taking in the institutional clients. I mean, extremely, extremely important. I cannot stress that enough. I'm going to go ahead and read this one. Traditional custodians don't have experience in handling cryptocurrency. Exchanges that double as custodians present a conflict of interest and raise regulatory concerns, says Belshi. Let's see. The company says its position in the industry allows it to deliver strict policies, procedures, controls, and disclosures while serving a client base that spans more than 50 countries and includes the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges. Yeah, by leveraging its pioneering institutional-grade multi-signature security, BitGo is working to establish itself as a qualified custodian that can deliver both top-level security and regulatory compliance. This is very important. This is what these institutional investors are going to be looking for, so they can invest with, and feel secure about it, and feel good about, actually doing business in the cryptocurrency space. Very important, very, very important. BitGo expects the approval by South Dakota Division of Banking will allow the company to act as a custodian across the U.S. According to the company's chief compliance and legal officer, Shala Ali, generally other states will give you reciprocity in the sense that other states have money transmission laws and they'll exempt you from money transmission requirements. So anyways, very important. This is actually this one is on the Daily Hodl. If you want to check it out, I'll try to put these down in the description so you can check them out if you like. But again, this is extremely important, an extremely important step. So Ripple powering up Japan's remittance via RippleNet, making SBI largest money transfer provider. All right, so we know the importance that SBI has for Ripple XRP. Right now, SBI is, we know they're on RippleNet, and they are one of the payment providers that's in the RippleNet network. So yeah, I'll go ahead and read it. Ripple is slowly making its way all over the globe. India, we heard, that they've already said that they're planning, or at least then they were planning to get 80% of India's banking. China, Mexico, we know both of those, or China not so much, but definitely Mexico has pretty much been locked down. We know through an article that came out that came from an institution in Canada that was actually already using Ripple or XRP to send money to Mexico. And a number of other markets with huge and profitable remittance corridors are already targeted by Ripple. Japan has long been in Ripple's list and now in its latest blog. The power of instant remittances, RippleNet in Japan, Ripple is sharing what exactly it is doing in the country. So we know, again, that SBI is already part of RippleNet, and they are using the software currently. XRP, we know that they're using XRP. We know that a lot of banks, a lot of institutions are already using XRP. It just has not been announced yet. So we're waiting on that. It's about to happen. I have another article here. It's it's going to kind of make you feel very good about what's happening. Let's see, having registered a record of 1.28 million foreigners working in Japan in 2017, it is a lucrative market. However, the obsolete international payments infrastructure used can significantly inflate the time, hassle, and cost of sending money for workers. Giving the example of 45,000 Thai workers living abroad in Japan, a single payment transfer for them can require up to 12 extra hours of work just to afford the transfer fee and take a number of trips to a bank. Moreover, the lack of info on when a payment arrives or the payment is finally delivered makes the situation difficult and costly for the workers. Ripple is partnering up with banks to solve these issues, only as put in its blog. A number of pioneering banks and providers are using RippleNet's global payments network to give workers an instant, affordable, transparent way to send needed cash to their families. One example is the collaboration between SBI, Remit, and Siam Commercial Bank, SBC, that leverages RippleNet to power real-time remittance payments for those Thai workers living in Japan. So anyway, basically, we know that Ripple's already being used. RippleNet, they're already a part of the RippleNet network. XRP is in the mix. Okay, it is already in the mix, and it's just going to grow. This is a good article. I'm not going to finish the entire article. If you want to check it out, it's on CoinGate. They usually have some very good articles here. CoinGate is they typically have some very fair, to the point articles that they put out. And moving on, and now this particular article right here is going to be very important. This article here is going to give you the warm fuzzies, okay? Because this is something that's been talked about. We've been complaining about the manipulation and all of that, and this is one article that's kind of speaking to that. XRP's recent decline, could it be a case of manipulation? Well, of course, yes. Less than 24 hours ago, Ethereum World News reported that XRP hodlers were getting frustrated due to their favorite digital asset declining in the crypto markets. XRP has declined by over 90% since its all-time high value of $3.82 back in January. Such a decline has caused some XRP fans to wonder if they made the right decision investing in the remittance coin that is a favorite of many. Well, yeah, I mean, this is the manipulation, the FUD, all of that really has shaken a lot of people out of their investments. But those same people are going to be extremely disappointed when they see XRP shoot up in price. And this has been spoken about by me, by many other YouTubers. Moving on, the beginning of XRP's fall in the market. The sole reason XRP rose to $3.82 back in January was because the U.S. crypto exchange of Coinbase had been rumored to having plans of listing the digital asset on its trading platform. When the plans fell through, so did the value of XRP. Around the same time, Ripple was facing SEC scrutiny due to some investors claiming XRP was a security. This then meant that Ripple had issued an unregistered securities offering, thus starting a never-ending cycle of FUD against the digital asset. I mean, yes, a lot of FUD, they got attacked. Why? Because at this time, and I don't necessarily believe it was all because there was just hate going on about XRP. I think at this time, the institutions and basically the people with the big money saw, or rather, you know what? Let me backtrack. The people with the big money they weren't expecting the FOMO to jack the price up like this, so they had to get it back down. There were a lot of institutions, a lot of big players that wanted to get into XRP because XRP has been known. They have known where XRP is going. They've already known this. This was a bump in the road they had to smooth out before moving on further. So it's taken them roughly 8-9 months. Actually, I'll say roughly 10 months to smooth it back out, get the price back down, so they can go ahead and jump in at the lower price. Then once they're done, they're going to take the chains off and let XRP do its thing. Okay, this is just what I believe. All right, so let's move on. Status report. The recently released status report predicts that the value of XRP would drop to less than a penny in the next 10 years. The reasons given for the low prediction are three in total. Firstly is that XRP has been falsely marketed from the get-go by the Ripple company and the XRP community. The second reason is that XRP is not needed in its own network. Thirdly, the report claimed that XRP is centralized. So I think that right there, I think this particular report was, if not maybe one of the cherries kind of on top to really make the price drop to where we're seeing it right now. It helped. I mean, we were hovering around 30 cents. And we dipped, of course, a couple times, 25 cents, but a little bit below. I mean, that was the point. The point was to shake people out of their investments. That's the whole thing. These big players do not want to buy XRP, even a smidgen higher. I mean, I think they're really upset that they have to buy XRP above 20 cents. That's what I think, because I think before the bull run, before there was really any hype going on and all the stuff, that caused it to go up to $3, I think it was around 20 cents. It was hovering around that price. And I think they were upset that that they're even having to buy it at 24 cents, 25 cents, whatever, 28 cents, where it is now. Where is it right now? It is at 27 cents. I think they're upset about it. But moving on, but what if XRP is being manipulated? Well, yeah. One theory has been postulated on Twitter that XRP has been manipulated all along. The post highlighted the post highlighting this was by at Gpon F, okay, whoever that is, and it included, oh man, my tongue. And it included the following screenshot for further explaining the theory. XRP. It's great to see the big guys working together. For those who have not understood it yet, I'd like to explain what's going on in the crypto market. The market has been in a downtrend for months, which is logical after the rapid rise at the end of 2017. However, some are now wondering why it is so rapidly going downhill in recent days. Very easily. With the official announcement that XRapid will go live this year, big investors are afraid to miss the rocket launch, which will go away as soon as XRapid goes live. For this reason, all currencies, Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin, etc., are now being sold by the big investors to reinvest everything. Wow. I mean, look at this. Look, I'm not saying what this guy is saying is, the truth or, should be written in stone, but he's making a very good point, because what have we seen recently? All the FUD that came out regarding Ethereum, the Bitcoin dip. I mean, Litecoin, what has Litecoin done? Nothing. I mean, it's dropped down to what, $50, $40, whatever. I mean, he makes a good point. So these coins are now being sold by big investors to reinvest everything in XRP before it goes live, and the price would take too large proportions. Of course, some people are thinking, wait a minute, but why does XRP fall as well? Good question, but easy to answer. This is pure panic. That is, XRP is being sold by the whales to simulate the same losses and trivialities of XRP against other currencies. It wants to prevent small fish from pushing up XRP before the whales have entered at the best possible price. And what have I been saying? What have I been saying? What have all these other YouTubers been saying? This is exactly what's happening. And I'm not sure if I went into very deep detail, but let me finish this article out. So fish from pushing up XRP before the whales have entered at the best possible price. That's just what's happening. As soon as XRapid goes live, it will undoubtedly be catapulted, to #1 in total market capitalization, and by a large margin from Bitcoin, because XRP is the only coin that is actually used. So do not be confused. Do not sell at 80%, but hold. Thus, happy trading. So this is exactly how what this guy's saying is exactly how I've been seeing it. Because it makes you wonder, like when you look and you see the price like going down, like all these, when we have this good news, that we've seen it where the good news comes out about XRP, but the price goes down, right? And then you see the price just going down, just out of nowhere, it just drops. The reason why is because there are whales out there. There are people out there who have a lot of coins. XRP Monitor will show you the transactions, that the large transactions that are happening. And just over the last few days, I've seen, I think, at least 2 very large transactions happen that were, I'm talking like millions of XRP. So they can simulate. These guys have, just think about it. If you had 5 million, 10 million, whatever, millions of dollars, and you were able to buy millions of XRP back when it was just 2 cents, back when it was less than a penny, you would have billions of the coin. So it would be nothing at this point to go and sell off maybe 100,000, even 1 million coins to make the price drop. We know that just recently there was a lot of buzz about prices dropping recently for no reason at all, right? And there was the people calling it market manipulation, of course. And I think I even said this, that it's already been forgotten about. Who's anybody talking about it now? Any articles being written about it? Of course not. It comes in, it's slightly addressed, and it just goes away. And we've all forgotten, and we're worried about what's happening today. So it's been manipulated. This whole market is being manipulated because there were a lot of people with a lot of money who jumped in and got many thousands, millions, billions of coins. And now that we are on the cusp of wide adoption, just even people just finding out about it and starting to FOMO in. I guess that would be the same as adoption, but they have all these coins. So right now, I think right now, the whole crypto market is like a gigantic monster, right? That's being held down. That's being, they have the tarps over it, and they're pulling it down, and they're holding it down the best they can. But it's pretty soon, those little ropes that are holding this tarp down, or holding this monster down, they're going to break. It cannot be held any longer. Actually, I don't even think they need to break. I think they're just going to let it go so the price can shoot up, as far as I'm concerned, because they want to make money. And I've even said, just, the same as many others have said, that this coin, XRP, is going to be #1. That's the reason why I always call it the king coin. It's going to be the #1 coin on coin market cap in the market. It's going to be the #1 because, as this guy says, it's the only one being used. It's the only one that has a use case. The only one. There are a very small number of coins that actually have a use case, and I'm talking like less than 10. So, it's just, man, I'm really excited. You guys should be excited. We should all be excited about this, but don't let that excitement cause you to get impatient. Remember, again, patience is key. We're not sure when this is going to happen. Okay. We don't know how far this thing's going to go, but it is going to go. It's going to happen. Have no doubt about that. It is going to happen. We're going to see the largest bull run that has ever happened in this market. Why? Because not only are individuals like yourself and I are going to be getting into this, but large institutions with a lot of money are going to be jumping in this market. And we're going to start seeing the results of that here very soon. And I think we're going to see the beginnings of it in this next quarter. That's what I believe. Okay. So make sure that whoever, if you know someone who is getting cold feet, if they're feeling like they need to jump out, whatever the case may be, make sure that you tell them, be patient, sit back, hold on, do not run. Don't panic. Stay strong. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish this article out. This is a really good article, I think. The theory seems a bit extreme, but could it be that USB volume leaving BTC, ETH, and other digital assets is being stashed away to buy XRP at its lowest and right before XRP is launched? And is XRP being pulled further down to encourage panic selling to further lower its price as whales accumulate more? Summing it all up, XRP has been considered by many as being severely undervalued right now. Many had blamed constant FUD as the reason the digital asset has continued declining in the crypto markets. But what if it was all manipulation by the whales to drive the price low before XRP goes live? Yeah, I totally believe, I totally agree with them. I do believe that this is the case. And I think, no, let me say, I know that there's going to be some insider information given out. I bet you anything, we are going to see an increase in the price of XRP. And I think it's probably going to be a decent increase in the price of XRP right before the prices, right before the XRapid release is announced. I feel as though that's going to happen. We're going to see, just like, because think about it. That's exactly what happened with what happened with Coinbase when every coin was launched, or rather added to the exchange. Right before you see this price increase, or they drop it, or something happens to the price right before it's announced, and then boom, it just goes parabolic. So anyway, look guys, we have a lot to look forward to here. This is exciting times. We are part of something that's going to be revolutionary as far as, just personal wealth. I mean, this right here has really inspired me. I am going to be picking up more XRP. Tonight even. So, hey, thank you again for joining me. Sorry I made the video so long, but hey, it was necessary. That being said, guys, have a great day. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Come back and see me. This has been Mr. Free Coiner. Have a great day, and God bless.